at a gun show probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And I felt one of your triggers, and I thought, man, that's the best trigger I've ever in a polymer.
And of course, you didn't buy one.
No, I didn't, because I don't even know if I had a Glock at the time. I had one, you know, I'm from Michigan, and I had a construction company.
Uh-huh.
And I did loading and sold my loads, but I was loading the 45 long Colt.
Okay.
So it was a 325 grain bullet at around 1,300 feet per second. Ross Seifrey, do you know who he was? He was a writer for Guns and Ammo, but in the 1980s, he was a world IPSC champ with a 45.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how many years he was or whatever, but I sent him my ammo and he took it to Australia. And he was shooting down 400-pound Pharaoh donkeys with it. Out to 400 yards is what he said.
Huh.
And so he wrote me up, and he wrote up Tim Sandals from Buffalo Bore. Well, Sandals is into everything. I was only doing that.
Right, right.
But anyway, he took my ammo to Australia, and he gave me a better write-up than he did Buffalo Bore.
Okay.
But I had a construction company, and I didn't really have time to do it. And
yeah.
But
it was more like
yeah.
You just love doing it. Yeah, I get the passion of it all.
Yeah. So I've been reloading since I was 12. I'm 71 now.
You know, I said I know you didn't buy a trigger because, not that I remember you didn't buy a trigger, but like that's, when I first started, I would go to all these, you know, I'm not gonna say that, call them mom and pop gun shops, you know.
Yeah.
And you have all the guys sitting around telling stories like this, you know, and I'd waltz in there with, you know, spiky blonde hair and a bag full of Glocks, and man, they'd look at me sideways, and I'd say like, hey, look, I make these Glock triggers, and they are like, you could see her like, kid, get out of here, you know what I mean? But I said, look, just do me the, you know, courtesy. Let me turn this up. I said, do me the courtesy at least checking them out. I said, because I really appreciate y'all old timers' opinions. And just shut this off so I don't have to hear anymore. Telemarketers calling me.
Well, I know what a good trigger is.
And you know, I'd hand them the gun, and you could tell they weren't amateur. You know what I mean? They'd snuggle up to it, and they'd, you know, you know, and then they'd break it, and then I'd get this look.
Wow, yeah.
And they'd look at me, and they'd be like, hey, Phil, check the, you know what I mean? They'd pass it all around, because there's usually 5 or 6 of them.
Right.
And they thought it was the greatest Glock trigger that they ever felt.
It was.
But, of course, they didn't want any Glock triggers in their store because they were 1911 guys, which is fine, which, you know, but just the fact that like a 1911, you know, someone that knows the difference between a good trigger and bad trigger gave me the stamp of approval, just had me walking out. I felt better walking out of there than if I'd have sold them every damn trigger I had, because, you know, it was just proof positive that I was onto something.
Right.
So yeah, it was in the very beginning that would happen quite often. You know, you don't see gun stores like that anymore. They were kind of like barber shops where everyone was just hanging out, and especially down here in Florida, they're all like spitting, talking religion, politics.
Right.
Anyway, so what do we got today?
So we got a Model 21 SF in a 45 ACP, and I'm gonna probably change out the trigger.
Let's see what we got here, if you don't mind. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. And there's something going on here with this. I just really can't tell what it is, but there's something up. And then I think we talked before Mike showed up. You wanted to go with the VEX, right, with the metal shoe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Grab one of these. Do the frame first. Well, I can see right away you got a broken housing right there. That's snapped off the back. Typically, it should have this to it. How that happened, but oh, look at that. So that, my friend, is at least a testament to Glock, because even with the completely broken trigger, this gun was still firing. Now, how long it would have stayed firing, we don't know, but...
Right.
So what the heck happened to this gun?
So I am a reloader.
Right.
And I haven't loaded for like 45s in a long time. But I bought that so that I could have good plus P loads.
Uh-huh.
But then, right now you're limited to the kind of powders you can get. And so I tried 2 powders I got on the Glock forum, and I came up with 2 loads. And the first load was perfect, flawless.
Okay.
250 grain bullet at, I think the chrono said 937. And the second one, when I shot it, came apart in my hand. The mag blew out the bottom.
I shouldn't be laughing, but
the mag blew out the bottom. I had a thing on my lip here, a thing here, a little cut. And
that's probably this piece flew off there and nicked you,
Something hit me. I didn't know. I never did find the brass.
Wow.
Because what you do is you go ahead and you micrometer at the base of the brass.
Yeah, to see if it the bulge. Yeah.
Well, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And he tells you not to go above 481. And so the brass that I did find was like 473.
Okay.
So it wasn't much more than, what it usually is. But that one there, I had another round, I wasn't firing it.
This is another one of those things like the negligent discharge and the accidental discharge thing. Even this, you say you've been loaned since he's been 12,
Yeah.
And reloaders can attest to this. You start messing with loads and you're trying to figure out this and you're trying to figure out that. I've seen Glocks I've seen guys lose fingers. I haven't seen it, but and it would take a heck of a, and that's sometimes just pure idiocy if something like that happens.
Right.
But this.
Well, I wasn't going above what,
right, yeah.
what like even in 45 Super, I was trying to stay right at plus P.
Okay.
But apparently the powder I used was a little faster than I thought.
So that was you got pretty lucky that day. A couple
Yeah.
nicks and ripped your hand up and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But, well, now we know the mystery of why but that is very interesting that this whole thing was actually functioning. Yeah, I pulled that trigger and I'm like, something feels really
Something's
weird
funny.
here.
Something don't feel right here.
Right. So we'll just throw this in, and you're not gonna have to worry about this trigger breaking. It's what are we using now? I think 70. I always mess that number up. 7150 or the aluminum. I always say 7000 series because I can never remember the names of the numbers of those aluminums. I always have to defer to my machinists. It's overkill, let's put it that way, for a trigger shoe. I was told that.
There are guys who, you've heard of the Roland.
Oh, yeah.
450 Roland,
Yeah.
460 Roland. All it is it's a beefed up case, and it's also, you don't have that same feed ramp either. The feed ramp is more closed around the case.
You mean the partially?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what he's talking about is this is called a partially supported
Right.
feed ramp. So the fact, and this is why this thing eats everything, because right there you can
Right.
see it's partially supported. A more match grade barrel is going to have that minimized. So this is just it's a lot tighter here.
Yeah.
So it's
So it won't,
just so you know what he was.
it doesn't
speaking
get
about.
a chance to bulge like that.
Yeah.
So does everything in the slide look good?
Yeah, I mean, I should probably be talking about it, but I'm looking at it. There's a little peening right here from, how old is this gun?
It's a Gen 3, but it was brand new and I bought it.
Yeah. So you can see a mark there and a mark there. How many rounds have you put through it?
20.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? That shouldn't be
I
there for
started
20
out-
rounds. That's
yeah, I-
actually the locking block that's smacking up against the inside of the slide.
Is it still?
No, it's good. No,
oh,
it's
I got
good.
it.
It was just because I don't know if you guys have ever seen the slow motion, the super slow motion of a Glock
Right.
shooting, how much flex there is. So when this gun flexes, these legs from this right here from the actual, you can see how it matches up. Those markings right there to those markings.
Yeah.
So you got a mark here and a mark here, and then you got a mark there and a mark there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So when the gun flexes, you know, I mean, that's a lot of, it causes a lot of force against that for less than 20 rounds. You'll see this all the time on like police trade-ins that are 40 cals and stuff like that, because those 40 cals just beat the living crap out of those guns.
40 cals were notorious for blowing up.
Yeah, and yeah,
With factory ammo.
yeah, exactly. But everyone wanted their 40 cal, you know. Sure put a damper on the 10 millimeter.
Yeah. So the 10 millimeter, I've taken that. I got a 200 grain wide flat nose bullet,
Okay.
and we are taking that to 1250 safely in two guns that we're using. My son's got one, and I have one.
Okay. Everything's good there. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't blow the extractor out. That usually happens too. And the hook's still fine on it. Yeah, the extractor's fine.
To me, anything that will not shoot cast is junk. I know you don't. You do 147s? Don't you shoot a lot of 147s?
Yeah, that's all I shoot.
So
love
I
it.
can bring that down to, you know, a safe level.
Well, you know, some of the 147, it's just all over the place. You know, I could get some loads from some guys down Naples, and it's really great. And then there was another someone I got it from, and then I got some of that Federal Syntech.
Yeah.
And man, that is some. It's like, it's as harsh as like a 115 snap, but with like the.
So do you know what the speed is on it?
I don't know. I should chrono it because it's like, you know, I like 147 because I just like the feel of it. It feels
Right.
close. It just has like a nice, smooth, like feathery punch. Like whereas you know, like the 115 and even 124s, they're just cracky for me. So I like that way better. But you know, when you're used to that, and all of a sudden you know put 147 in, and it feels like you got a shockwave all the way up to your elbow. You're just like, what in the heck? So
Right.
I got several thousand rounds.
Oh
up
man,
there.
now it feels actually better. Nice.
Yeah, so there's your reset. Typical trigger, nice stout wall right there. Snap break, short reset. One down, one to go. What
And
else
that's
you got
for
from
you
there?
because
that's
you
for
know
me.
what? I want to tell you guys about the best church in Florida I know, but maybe in America. Suncoast Baptist. My pastor's one of the smartest. If you want to get on YouTube and look up that church,
All right.
he's going through Revelation right now. Revelation chapter 2 tells you who the deep state is. He's going to tell you who the deep state is. It's already on the internet. But I go to the church.
I
so.
can already see the comment section on this one.
Well,
for those
believe me, he's on YouTube. He gets a lot of comments.
Yeah, we'll
So.
check it out. I mean, there's nothing like, even that, I mean, we did that short, and it was like, it's 123,000, and I'm thinking, I don't even want this many people watching, because there were so many morons just,
Well, they're going to say
and you know, they'll take it out of context, like, you know what I'm saying, like that was, it was the one where I tested the slide, you know, I said the trigger like this, and I went slowly like that, and it didn't come back up in the battery, and they said, oh, look how he's riding that slide. But you know what? It should close, even if I'm riding it. And they said, hey, I have every Glock out of my box does that. And I'm just like, oh, really? Well, then, you know, that was a little bit slower. But when I take the trigger off, it doesn't move,
Right.
you know? But
let me
they
ask
say
you-
every Glock out of the box will do that, and I was just like, okay, that didn't do it. So there's two.
I like don't even force it.
Oh, but
And
there
these are
good
powered
companies.
down. These are powered down recoil assemblies too. And what the one guy mentioned, and he was right, you know, was the slide to frame. I mean, the fact that, you know, if you have too heavy loaded up of a striker spring versus a powered down or a weak recoil assembly, you'll have that issue as well. Right. But yeah, I'm like, that's why I won't go on Reddit or anything like that, because I'm just like, everyone's a gunsmith. Everyone that owns 2 Glocks and has watched some videos is an expert. So I'll leave the experts to themselves. All right, what do we got next?
Okay, the next one is my son-in-law's, and he changed out something, but I did the same thing. Remember, I brought in a Timney trigger to you.
Uh-oh.
And I got a feeling, is it the disconnector? What is it in there, that little plastic thing?
The plastic
That
thing
one
is the
thing-
housing. This.
You changed something on mine, and I think you'll have to do the same thing to his.
The last time you were in here?
Yeah, that's a Dagger. And that's what I have.
That's not a bad trigger. What is it?
But it's not, he's having problems with it not connecting every time, is it?
Oh, so it's there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'll do this. Trigger breaks. I'm trying to see how you can film this, Mike, without me.
I'll come over your shoulder. All right, there you go, bro. Do this.
I got told in the other video too. I was flashing people, and it looks very. I mean, they're not standing in here, and the perspectives are all off. So believe me, I know exactly where everyone is. So if I turn this gun like this, I'm coming right in between these 2 boys. But I know it's aimed up at the sky there in between the 2 boys. So every move I make with this gun, I'm completely aware of where we're going.
Right.
You know, and even with this gun, which we know isn't firing anything, I do the same thing because it's just, you know, it's just kind of like mind memory.
So
Anyway.
did you have that one machine down so you could see?
No,
it?
this is actually comes from Glock like
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
nice. Shows you how it works. Huh?
So I'm gonna rack this hard.
Bam.
All right, reset that time. I don't know if we can get it to recreate. All right, it held back that time. That might have been me doing that.
So what do you think it is?
It's a disconnect, but I'm trying to get it to, it's double fires on him and stuff.
No, because he never has fired it since he changed the.
Okay, well,
he changed the trigger and maybe some spring or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he did. You'd have to look in there.
So the one time, okay, so the one time I racked it before you had the camera on me, it you would call it.
If you rack it slowly, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna.
Coming back in. You mean it's not going to reset?
It wasn't resetting when I was trying it. Maybe he just needed to break it in. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I felt a binary fire.
Some of my hot loads will get that baby going.
Yeah. It was this fired on its own. When I held it, I went to reset. Boom! It skipped the striker.
Right.
So I have that video on
Bro.
River on that on YouTube called "Your Gun Means Your Responsibility," and that explains a lot about this kind of. Oh man, I hate these.
Yeah, I know. You hate daggers. Yeah, I love the gun. I like the feel of the grip. I like the feel of the grip better than I do the Glock.
Yeah, I don't hate them per se. I hate the roll pins on them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I hate disassembling them.
40,000 copies all over the United States of.
But as far as the grips, I like the grip swell. I think it really locks your hand in. It's like,
Yeah.
as far as any aftermarket
It's a Gen 3.
is concerned,
I
man,
think
need
they
to find
should
a
have
5/64.
They should have went with the roll pins though, or with the same pins that Glock uses.
All right. Hopefully this will.
Johnny, have you messed with the new Ruger? You think that?
No, in fact, I just told him yesterday. I said, get one of these so we can figure this out because we've got enough people asking us now that get the right tool for the job. Oh. Maybe someone can comment on how I was pounding these out wrong.
Where'd you get the jig though?
Oh, that's Matt made that for me from a 2A 3D laser.
Oh wow, I like it.
Yeah. That way I don't have to punch the roll pin out and then pull it out on my bench. Yeah, okay, so I should have said this prior to, because this is like known for a lot of Ghost 3.5 connectors, and the most notorious one for it was the Zev V4 race connector that they changed before Zev changed that. And what it does, because of the way the angle is back here, and it was a whole symphony of things, but what would happen is it would be sitting back there to reset, and then all of a sudden there wouldn't be enough of that bar on there, and it would drop down by itself. And once it dropped down by itself, it was enough. If the engagement wasn't super secure, it would send the striker going. Right. And that's what happened with this. So this relationship with that on the, and this is an aftermarket bar. This is an aftermarket.
Yeah, he bought that.
Yeah.
He changed the one. The first one was junk.
And this is okay, that's a P80 trigger shoe. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not a like, I don't love just that little bit of trigger safety tab. Like, look how tiny that is. If you check our trigger out, well, I'll just grab one here.
Check it out on the video. I'll send them back in if he.
You can see all the safety tab on the back of that. That's what's going to catch the frame. So I like to see, for me, because safety is our thing, like we like to see a lot more trigger safety tab in the back of these. If you guys have Poly 80 triggers and you've had any problems, let me know. It doesn't seem like this leaf spring is the stoutest thing. I mean, it's working. Anyway. So the simple fix for this is just to change out the connector, because that's literally what I was feeling was the issue.
Yeah, I think that's what you did on mine.
Yeah, probably.
Now mine is pretty light on my gun, but man, I love it. And it'll do 147s at 1,100 feet per second.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
That's funny. It's with a lot of the, well, that's staying in there, but. So when I designed this connector, I designed it kind of after the earliest Glock 3.5 that they quit using.
Okay.
They called it a long connector because it didn't have that. It still got you around 3.5 pounds, but it didn't have that long mushy break. So it was, because I've seen every 3.5 connector on the market. I'm just like, okay, this is the one that I feel like gives you a fast break, but still gives you the benefit of the light. I just want to see what this is. You know what? Let's see if we have something that's going to fit this, so I don't have to be pounding these in and out and in and out. Voila.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so you can fit it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Is that in backwards? No, that's good. Let's put this back together.
Hey, so on my 21, what is the recoil spring? Is that 18 pounds?
Yeah, man, I should know this off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's I don't know.
So what do you have? Do you have any like?
I don't have any
20 pounds?
aftermarket ones for the big guns.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 17. To be quite honest, like I'm second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure every single one of those guns they have designed to use that utilitarian. I know one way we could find out real quick. See, I don't know everything.
Yet.
Yeah. Right. Now, see, I'm having a hard time putting this in, and that's because this actually needs to be bent down. That's where really how it should sit. Makes it a lot easier for installation.
I did something to mine when I was reinstalling it. I didn't get something behind the pin, I think. Now it's perfect because of Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Now, because I did feel, because we did have a issue with that, I want to double check this with a armor's backplate just to make dang sure that we have the proper engagement. And I asked, do Johnny Glock triggers work in these? And yeah, they do. You know, so Gen 1 through 3, because it's a Gen 3 setup. I mean, Gen 1 through 3 is the generation you want to choose.
The 3? I had
Yeah.
a Gen 1 and a Glock 21, and the grip was way bigger than this.
All right, yeah, we got more than enough engagement. We're almost at 100%. Feel that.
Nice. Yeah, I got it.
The issue that you've...
Yeah, I didn't pull it back far enough.
Yeah.
Like I say, I haven't messed with Glocks too much.
Just with loads. But you know that... I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I have a 45 and an M&P Shield. What a great gun.
Oh, yeah?
I love that gun. It'll gobble down.
Get out of here.
Hey, it'll gobble. Do you got a trigger for that?
No, I don't.
It doesn't need one. The trigger is nice.
There we go. Had to add a little tap to that situation. All right. I'm satisfied with that one, too.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Hey, thank you.
Been a
John.
pleasure.
Yes.
Good seeing you again.
You too, man. Oh, hey, we'll be back.
Next time I want you to come visit me with a nub.
My son, I was telling him I was coming over here today, and he said that he might bring his 20 over here. He's going to check this one out.
Okay.
Because that's the exact same frame.
Yeah.
Same frame.
Same exact thing, except for the firing pin safety size. That's literally the only difference.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Hey, another episode of what should we call this? Live in the shop. We'll let you guys try and decide, and then ultimately I'll choose the name anyway. So, just like the Umbra.
Yeah.
Anyway, hit like, subscribe, share this. Check out our other social media: Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. And remember, guys, trigger control is control.